Hello and welcome to the Gangneung Curling Centre, home of the wheelchair curling event at the 2018 PyeongChang Paralympic Winter Games. We're in session 15 of a total 17 and the final day of the round robin. Our featured game will be reigning world champions Norway against the rejuvenated United States of America. Here on day 6 the round robin concludes and we'll find out who our semi-finalists are, who will go for gold. Norway needing 2 wins from the remaining 2 games to keep it in their hands. USA are out to play spoiler. I'm Logan Gray and this is Penny Greeley, the lead for the United States of America.
To all my friends and family back home, thank you so much for all your support.
Second player, Justin Marshall, the quirky one.
Hello everybody back
Skip,
home.
and third player, Captain Kirk Black.
Hello to the Ram community. Thank you very much for all your support. My family, college animals, I love
Fourth,
you.
deep talking Steve Empt. And the Norwegian team led by Cecil Luchen. Second player, Ulla Fredrik Siversen. Third, Justin Sturdal. And then the fourth and skip player, Rune Lorentzen. Very busy in the Gangneung Curling Centre here for session 15, filling up quite nicely. This is how they all stack up. China already through to the semi-finals. Canada and Republic of Korea looking in strong position to do the same. But GB and Norway still very much in the hunt. Switzerland alongside them, 5 wins and 4 losses as well.
No problem.
So a huge game really for Norway. This lineup did change prior to the last session between USA and GB, and USA really swept GB aside in their new lineup. Steve Empt moving up from 3rd stones to 4th, and it really made all the difference. Norway made a terrible start, losing their first 3 games, just couldn't get to grips with this big stage here at the Paralympics, but they bounced off with 5 out of 6 wins, the reigning world champions from the 2017 World Championship here in Gangneung. The alternate for Norway is Rike Iversen, and they'll be playing the Yellowstones. And that's Bandaby, the mascot here at the Paralympic Games. It was Suharang, a little white snow tiger for the Olympics. Final warm-up being completed by the players. Norway really starting to roll here in this round robin after a bit of a false start. They gave the rest of the field a huge head start, losing their first 3 games, but now their performance levels really starting to peak at the right time. And who's to say Norway won't go on to the playoffs now. They're tied 4th at the moment, 4 spots available, 12 nations all in action, playing in the round robin, all playing against each other, 11 games in total, and just 3 sessions left, including this one here on day 6. Well, I don't think that guy's been off his phone the whole week. Probably tweeting to say what a great job still USA did last night against GB. Cece Lochen gets the game underway, playing in her 2nd Paralympic Games after playing in Sochi, where the Norwegian team came 8th. I was interested to find out what hand she plays with here, because on her profile it says under handedness, it says she's ambidextrous. So maybe she's like Ronnie O'Sullivan in the snooker world and can switch to left-handed when the time is right. And there's an advantage in doing so. This is Penny Greeley, the lead for the USA 2004 bronze medalist in sitting volleyball in Athens in Greece. Comes from Wisconsin.
12-3.
She didn't have a great game last night and came off the ice for the last end against GB, but GB not offering much resistance. And I think her coming off the ice to let the alternate Megan Leno on was more a reflection of how far ahead in the game GB were rather than the performance levels of Penny Greeley. She has had a very good tournament though. So actually, she plays with both hands, not right or left. This is what I mean by ambidextrous. One of the only players in the field that we've seen playing with that central position. Most players choosing to either play on either side of their chair. Couple of guards up for Norway. USA with one right at the back of the house there, lying in shot position.
12-5.
Another draw here for Penny Greeley. Another draw out to the open side. This is a tactic we've seen USA employ consistently throughout the event. Drawing out to the open side, trying not to get sucked in around the center. Rune Lawrenson there holding the brush and giving the directions. This is Ule Fredrik Siversen, the second player for Norway. Who is 46-year-old playing his first Paralympic Games. All the rest of the team did play in Sochi and more. And he was invited to take up the sport by none other than Rune Lawrenson. See a bit of pink tape up the back of his neck, maybe struggling with a little bit of an injury today. Ule Fredrik.
You get a time on this?
The last one was a 7-7.
Oh, but this one here.
Yeah, I got you.
Justin Marshall, second player, the quirky one of the team.
Going right behind you.
Okay.
Good takeout player. He's been a good one here. Just peels it out. Doesn't manage to stick around.
8-4.
Ja.
Skal jeg legge den ut igjen, eller?
Nei.
Nei, vanlig nå.
Ule Fredriksson going after that back red now to remove that one from play. Ule Fredrik's sporting hero is none other than the king of biathlon, Ule Einar Bjørndalen, who has the second most ever Olympic winter medals, 13 in total, only second to compatriot Marit Bjørgen, who's got 15 now. She won her 15th medal in PyeongChang just a few weeks ago.
12-5.
He would love to get one of his own though, like Fredrik. Seems a little bit unfair when you've got some people winning 15 and others have to work so hard just to get one. So Justin Marshall coming around the guards now. Change of tactic really here from USA after drawing out to the wing. choosing to come around the centre and looking a little bit speedy at the moment.
Ja, det är en 8. De var 2.53 då.
2.53.
Det är lite is här.
Det ser lite ut, Rune.
Well, this man, Justin Stordal, has the most ever medals in Winter Paralympics for wheelchair curling. My apologies, in the world wheelchairs even. 3 golds, 1 silver and 1 bronze for this guy. He's played the 2nd most games ever at wheelchair curling championships, only behind Smirnov, the Russian skip. Justin's played 99 games at World Championships. Incredible amount of caps.
You got this right? Justin?
Yeah, most
Back of the house there.
Yeah, let's come at this, Kirk.
So Steve Empt now taking over in the house as Kirk Black makes his way down
Out on this side.
to the throwing end.
You got all of it.
Kirk did
Unless you just
play
wanna draw it down to it.
the last stones for every game up to the last one. Changed it up, and Steve Empt had a fantastic game against GB last night. Seemed to work. So Captain Kirk Black, 48 years old, also known as Grandpa by his teammate Justin.
Very nice,
He's the
Kirk.
oldest member of the team.
Beauty.
He's put a great shot here to start the game. Looks like his confidence is really starting to build, and although USA only having won 2 games this week, their performances have been better than the record would suggest. I don't see them giving Norway an easy game here by any stretch.
2.53. Tre blank.
Well, this is Justin's 3rd Paralympic Winter Games, but he has competed in 5 Summer Games. 4 between 1996 Atlanta and 2008 Beijing in sailing, and then he did compete in Seoul in 1988 in powerlifting as well. That must be the most amount of Paralympics that anybody's attended in the field. 8 all in between Summer and Winter Games.
Like taking it.
Yeah, hit that. You come around this way.
Get rid of it.
You like that hit?
So Kirk Black chomping
Moving
away
up.
on that
We hit it here,
signature
we're jamming.
toothpick.
So out here or across the face?
Still a little bit concerned it might disappear at some point. I'm sure there's a first aider on hand
Here we
though.
roll out.
Kirk first tried curling at the National Veteran Wheelchair Games in 2007. He's also tried a few different activities along the way, including track and field events. Used to be a motocross racer, and also trained with the US Para Archery team for a while, for 3 years. Now, he wasn't quite on target with that one though. So that's the first game, first miss of the game really. Comes from the USA, and Norway with a chance to get another one in here now. USA have the last stone here in the first end.
Vanlig dragning, du har den eventuelt.
Hagene. 2.53.
2.53.
2.53.
Bra.
It's an anti-clockwise draw here. Coming around those guards and trying to get another one into that red circle. So Rune Lorentzen to play the skip for Norway. Plays out of the Halden Curling Club. He's a three-time world champion. 2007, 2008, 2017, 10 years after he won his first one. He's also won the European Championships and the team event in para table tennis in 1999. Taking part in his fourth Paralympic Games as well.
Yeah. Probably 12-5.
Yep. Doesn't get that one quite right though. Short of pace. Doesn't reach the rings. Now it's Steve Emp's turn to try and make that draw around. They're going to draw around that Yellowstone closest to the centre line. Needs to get down to shot position. Norway currently lying 1 with that stone furthest left. Steve Empt, the maths teacher and high school basketball coach. Used to play basketball himself at UConn, the University of Connecticut. And he's really been the standout player for USA this week. Very consistent throughout, very supportive and encouraging of his teammates. And cursed him there, and he's put that one right through the house. So Norway, after the mistake with their first one, have a chance to maybe even steal here in this first end. Well, it's surprising that Rune Lorentzen said that his team were a little bit nervous in the first game. This guy's played more Paralympic curling games than anybody. I'm sure he still gets a buzz though in the first couple of days. Still a new environment. It only comes around once every 4 years. A little bit pacey and drifts right on past. Going to be the same draw again. That's a bit of a let off for the USA.
I had 12-5 on this.
I'm looking at the stats by position, and Rune Lorentzen is actually 12th of the 12 fourth players. Surprising given they've won 5 of the last 6 games, but only playing 51% overall. And said that he did play around 30% for his first 3 games, so maybe he is on the rise.
Sit, sit, sit.
12-8-8, you're fine.
Steve Empt thinks he's a little bit hot again here, and it needs to stop fully in the white.
Sit.
Too far. I think that was too far. I wouldn't rush to kick that one away, Kirk. It's very close though. I think that one just played by Steve Ent's probably a 3rd shot, so it's going to be a steal of 1 in the first end here for Norway. Kirk Black just making absolutely certain. You can tell by how active he is in the house in comparison to his opposite number, Justin Stordal, that it's pretty much definitely a 1 for Norway. So 1 yellow confirmed by both of the vice players. After a strong start, they only got a little bit scrappy. Quite a few misses by both teams. And when we come back in the second end, Norway will be leading by 1-0. Four games all in action here in draw 15. Canada against Germany out there. Switzerland against the neutral Paralympic athletes in USA. Against Norway on sheet C, completed by Great Britain and Korea on sheet D. All still very relevant games, even at this late stage of the round robin. Canada, Switzerland, Norway and GB really all needing to win to keep their chances of the playoffs alive. This is Cecil looking with a good centre guard to start the second end.
2-3.
And it sounds like USA are going to throw a guard. A 2-3 is a kind of basically just where we're looking at, just where that guard is and a little bit further, not quite in the house.
Very nice, Penny.
Good job, Penny.
As we've seen throughout the whole week, when the teams don't have the last stone, they're likely to throw a centre guard and or throw one up the centre line somewhere anyway, whereas the team with the last stone more likely to play out to the sides and try and keep that centre open. So here's this two-handed technique Cecil Luchen employs. I don't know if she is ambidextrous or whether it's just the way she throws. Everybody has their own technique, of course. Lovely draw by the Norwegian lead.
Half.
USA have one big advantage here in this sixth day.
Normal?
They're out of the competition already. They look relaxed, they look like they're having fun. They're confident off the back of that game last night. They probably should have won their 3 previous games as well. They should really still be in the mix for the semi-finals. Playing really inside here, and that is what we call a free guard zone violation. The cardinal sin really for a lead. So the lead players can't remove the opposition stones from that guard area out in front of the house. That's called the free guard zone rule, and if it is removed, then it's replaced, and the thrown stone is removed from play. It's a big mistake there by the American lead. That rule was established in the early 1990s by the 2006 world champion Russ Howard, world champion, Olympic champion even, from Turin. Initially it was called the Moncton rule. Since been developed a little bit, and now we have this 4-stone free guard zone rule, which going into the next cycle will increase to 5 stones, which will change the strategies and make the games probably higher scoring as well. Has been tested a bit in Canada in the World Curling Tour. And it seems to be well accepted and enjoyed by the players.
Let's go, Justin. You got this.
Knows it.
Yeah, nose takes
Good
care
draw
of
there
it.
by Ole Fredrik
A
Siversen.
little bit on the inside.
Got this, buddy.
So that's that GTX handle on the stone at the end of the delivery stick that Justin Marshall uses. The left-hander.
Go back. Go back. Go back.
With a lot of rotation on the stone. Makes the double peel. Great shot there by Justin Marshall. Makes both of those yellow stones go away. And no one lying in a shot position after that. Boulder.
3-5.
Tre blanka. Tre blank. 3-5.
Var ikke en 4 den jeg dro akkurat nå?
4 en bet.
Tre blank.
Ja.
3-5.
Well, you would expect him to make this one. He has just thrown it. He knows the line. He knows the weight. And generally, if you get both of them right, then you're going to get the right outcome as well.
Oh, yeah.
And this is the right outcome. Down into the house, right behind the guard.
Over den her.
Siversen
Huh?
continuing to throw great stones and stroke good
I'm not
form.
doing that.
Pio.
USA are getting a bit more resistance than they got last night against GB.
Very nice, Justin.
7-8.
Justin Marshall makes the
Good
peel.
shot, young blood.
Is he young blood or is he young buck? I'm not sure. He's definitely the youngest in the team though by some margin, only 31 years old, Justin.
Oh.
Steve Empt parked there at the end of the ice. We've seen him kind of yo-yo back and forth a little bit at the start of the round robin. He was up there as he is now, and he came down the ice in the middle of the round robin to energize the front end players. And now that he's playing that fourth stones roll, he's back up the other end where he enjoys to be.
Allez, slag. 4 blank.
Just comes up a little bit shy with that one.
Where's this?
Justine Stordal.
Where you want to
Steve
come?
Empt doing the body wave there, trying to get himself loosened up.
I don't care either way.
What are you comfortable with? What do you want?
Doesn't matter.
Come this way.
All part of the pre-shot routine, getting yourself wiggled into the right position and then getting your brakes on. The body steps in behind and holds you still. And deep breath and the stone on its way. Good shot here by Kurt Black. Rolls behind the cover. Beauty.
Shot in.
Hits and rolls perfect behind that corner guard that Penny really played earlier in the end. And
Few people can.
you know, Kirk looks like he's enjoying himself more as well since moving down to the third stones. He's really struggling during the round robin. Perhaps just the pressure off, starting to perform better and starting to enjoy himself. So Justine Really needs to stay in the 8 foot to lie shot. And it does look like it will do that.
Over half.
You roll out, that's fine too.
Now just to take out here, Kirk Black.
Good shot, Kirk.
Good.
Chips it out. They would like to stick around there, but not too worried about it because they know they've got such a good stone in behind the corner guards. Now this is going to be the same shot again here for Justine Sterdal. Just needs to take a little bit of running off this one to get it wrapped around in behind the guard. Well, he's got that wrong. Over curls this time. Cutting a frustrated figure at the moment, Justine Sterdal. Both him and Rune Lorentzen haven't really made as many shots as you would expect from the world champions. Well, now USA choosing to go out to the other wing, going to ignore the guards. They could come around them, but they want to go out to the open side again. A tactic that they've employed throughout this round robin. Try to make safe scores of 2 with a minimum of risk.
Good weight, 13. Nice shot.
No, very nice shot from Steve Empt. Draws him out to the other wing.
We got this. Come on now. Come on.
It's good weight. It's 13.
Come on. Thank you.
I love how much energy that Steve Empt still has, even after only winning a couple of games in the round robin. Still out there representing his country and doing a great job of that, pushing his teammates to get as many wins as possible, even if they can't make the round robin, the semi-finals.
Ja.
Rune Lorentzen, only 8% so far in this game. He's only thrown 3 stones though. Big weight come down here from the Norwegian skip. Oh, he's made a good effort here. Good enough to still lie in shot position, and USA will have to play a tricky takeout here to score 2. They really needed to get this one right over the center line to get hidden. And really need to roll another stone, but that was always a big ask.
You like that, bro?
The final stone of the second end. Needs to make a hit and stick up the center line here. You know it's just touching the center line, so this needs to stay straight. It's by the guard. Is it going to stick around? It will not. Chips it out. And just a score of 1 for USA in the second end. A little bit easier to work it out. Your man there is off his phone for the first time in 6 days. And even catching his face on the big screen there.
I missed the shot.
Okay.
It was not the broom, it was not the weight. I pitched it. All right? Don't make excuses. I just missed the shot. Make the next one.
So a little bit inside, I think, is the verdict there from Steve Empt. Hands in from both teams. And we'll come back in the third, 1 each. Norway playing far more draws so far. 13 out of 16 shots have been draws for them. And really still far too early to decide what way this game's going to go. There's not much between the two teams at all. Neither teams have really hit top gear either. Still stuck in maybe second gear. But hopefully soon they should start to get on top of the ice conditions and start to make some shots. I liked Steve Empt's chat there with his teammates at the end of the second end there when they were debriefing that final stone. He was absolutely honest and said that he thought he was a little bit inside where he meant to aim, and that's why he missed on the inside. It wasn't anything more complicated than that. It wasn't the wrong weight. It wasn't that there was more curl there on that part of the ice than they expected. It was just human error, which is important. These conversations are really important to enable your team to make shots going forward. You need to identify the exact reason why that miss happened.
You want to keep it clean, or you want to draw around it?
Come right down to it. Follow it down.
Again, Norway just a little bit heavy and drifts to the back of the rings. They really want to keep their stones in front of the tee line, the stone that cuts the house, the line even that cuts the house horizontally. Be a little bit heavy at the moment. Penny Greeley asking it to settle. Looks like it might come right down onto that stone, played by Cecil Lochin.
Very nice, Penny.
Good stone.
Good.
It's a little heavy.
So same draw again. It's really a race at the moment to try and get one before that tee line and behind the guard. So a great draw from Cecil Lochin in the previous end. Oh, this one's going to over curl and open up the center. That's not a good shot there by the Norwegian lead.
Going on a sweet spot. Top 12 center line.
Is that, or you wrap one around, or you take the guard off? I think you come over here.
So this is quite a tricky
back.
spot here for
What's that?
USA because they're facing a couple of corner guards. They don't have the last stone. Center's open. Justin Marshall with the draw.
12-5. Beauty.
And that's the first time really we've seen USA get right on top of the speed of the ice. Perfectly done by Justin Marshall.
Great call, Kurt. Great broom.
Good shot.
Thank you.
Norway won't like that one. Right in behind the guard, and they're going to try and open things up now. Well, Norway like that one. Severson with a big takeout, removes the guard and the stones at the back. And that opens up that stone in the house quite nicely, so they can access it with the next shot. Well, USA, do you throw a guard or do you throw around the other corner to lie two? I think you might go for the draw around the corner.
12-5.
2-3.
What do you want? Coming down?
2-3.
All right.
Yes, 2-3.
2,
What do I know? It's a guard. We want to protect that red stone. That lonely red stone in there. Severson trying to get some circulation going there at the back.
Justin, gotta move out of the way.
Come on. Keep coming. Come on. Got some work.
No, a nice shot. Doesn't quite get in front of it, but stays on the center line side. Severson having a good game so far.
Hola.
A little bit wide, let's stick. And it does, right on the beak.
What to do?
Hits it right on the nose. USA will still be able to see that. It's Kirk Black to play, the third player and skip for USA. Steve Empt up there holding the brush. Earlier in the round robin, it would be him throwing right now and Kirk up there holding the brush. Bit of a role reversal on day 5 seemed to work well, so they've continued to do so in day 6.
Very nice, Kirk.
That was a very nice shot. He played an absolute stinger of a hit and roll in the last end, and he's made another one there.
Good thing that's there.
Kirk Black starting to have some fun out there. Look at that. Beauty right in behind the guard.
And on the broom placement, too.
No doubt. Well,
Broom placement was perfect.
Norway on the back foot here after that fabulous shot by Kirk Black. Justine Sturdal going to open things up. Just 6 stones to come in N3 after this one. This is way inside. Oh, misses everything. That is a long way off from Justin Sturdal. He meant to hit the stone on the other side from which he missed.
Plug in the middle.
Very unusual for the veteran.
Top, 2, 3. 3, 4.
You got this, babe.
Oh, Kirk. Is he trying to wrap another one round, or is he throwing a guard? I'm not sure at this point. They can really build on that great hit and roll they played with his first stone. With a good one here. Just the guard here, just going to crawl into that guard area. Just gets over the red hog line. Of course, it touches that red hog line, then it's removed from the playing area.
17-7.
Awesome.
Rune Lorentzen is thinking, well, we don't want a rerun of that previous one. We'll try it on the other handle. Maybe Justin will have a greater chance of making the shot. Switch to the anti-clockwise rotation and makes the peel this time.
Right it up, right? Yeah, you have to come the opposite way.
Yep.
Well, that red guard at the bottom there, really doing a good job of choking off the draw on the left-hand side of the sheet. And if Steve Emp can replace that guard that Justin Sturdal just removed, then it's looking really difficult for Norway to score at the moment. Quite a lot of debris right across the full width of the sheet. Big deep breath, and then off it goes. A little bit tight on this anti-clockwise handle in the previous end of this takeout, leading to the hit and roll out.
Beauty.
Perfect, Steve.
Nice shot.
Seem pretty happy with that one.
You're perfect. You are perfect. Every way. Every way.
Appreciate that.
No half measures from the USA. Steve Empt is perfect. It's really interesting to think about how this American team arrived at that team change and switching around the third and fourth positions. Kirk Black obviously struggling. Sometimes it is a tough conversation, the teammates asking the coach or the fourth player, like, Kirk's obviously struggling for confidence, we're losing games, we need to try something different. And then Kirk has to be approached to say, how do you feel about changing your position in the team and moving down and letting somebody else have a go? Not an easy way to go, but I think given the energy out there and there's still a lot of positivity, it seems like Kirk Black has had the self-awareness to think, I've been struggling, Steve's been playing really well, we need to get him in throwing the last stones to finish the job off, because at the moment we're setting ourselves up and we're not getting the points on the board for it. And they really reaped the rewards of that in the game against the GB in session 13. And it looks like Kirk is starting to grow himself again in that third position role. 2 great hit and rolls in the last 2 ends. And you know what, as a skip, they always say that if you're throwing guards, then you're pretty happy. Your team must be doing the right things. And that's what's happening for Steve Empt here in this end. Threw a guard with his first one. He's got another one coming down here.
Work. 14.
Work. Good.
Good shot again from Steve Empt. There's a little bit of a path up the middle where
I almost wanted it in. Because I'm wanted it in.
Rune Lorentzen should be able to draw one in.
Aye.
Kommer du så mye?
Er litt farlig den.
Ja, vi ser det.
Den er litt farlig.
Hør det 9 blank da. 9 blank.
Du må forbi garden, vet du.
Now, here comes the final stone of the third end. Rune Lorentzen needs to wiggle one down there to score. Actually looks like they can maybe see a piece. They're going for the peel, just chips the guard. That was ever so close to getting by and blanking, but it doesn't. And 2 excellent guards from Steve Empt. A great hit and roll from Kirk Black. And it's a steal of 1 for the USA.
Good job.
Great end.
Nice guards.
Great end all the way around. Great 16 stones.
So steal of 1 in the third end here. USA continuing to look very difficult to beat. After 3 ends, it's 2-1.
Shut us off, Penny. Good line, Penny. Good girl.
Fourth end started here. Fourth end of 8.
Very nice, Penny.
Throughout the whole
Great
event.
guard.
Of course, at the Olympics, it was 10 ends that were required, just 8 in the wheelchair game.
That's a 5.
If I was a betting man, I think at some point in the not too distant future, the Olympic format will go to 8 ends as well. Cecil Lochin with that individual style, playing from the chin and giving it a bit of a nod down the ice. Seems pretty accurate though. She's got a good line here. I can't even begin to think how she gets the rotation on the stone, but it's perfectly played again by the Norwegian lead.
You can come down here.
Now Penny Greeley going to try and come around that stone just played by Cecil Loken, but it really is in a great position.
He's always smiling.
Double centre guard. Comes up a bit shy there, that one. I'm trying to draw right around.
Jostein, gå først på den første.
Og 3-1.
3-1, ja.
Og 2-8.
Ja.
Ja.
That high double handle. Very, very accurate with it though. For a golfer, it's like the Jim Furyk delivery of the wheelchair curling world. Puts another guard on. Wanted another one down there in second shot position.
You can hit here and get 2 for 1. Okay. If we get the top one, that's okay. Yep.
I'm not too sure what USA are trying to do. I don't think they really understand how the stones are going to react here, because that yellow stone just played by Looking is going absolutely nowhere. It doesn't matter how hard Justin Marshall can throw it, it's just going to stay in there. Actually just flips the top one and opens it up. Moves it over to a corner guard position though, and Norway could choose to come around that into the house. They've got the last stone. Difficult to say what they've decided to do here, but splitting the house would seem like a sensible option. Oh, are they trying to come around the centre? I think they are. Far too much speed here from Mille Fredrik Siversen. And it just sticks around to lie to. I would not call that one. They could have gone around the corner guard that the USA moved over for them.
Are those 2 locked? Okay.
Well, easier for USA to spill them both this time now that they can access the other side of the 2 stones. Try and open things up, but the way they're playing this end, it's playing right into the Norwegian hands. They're going to open up the centre here, and then surely the Norwegians will come around the corner guard. Usually it's the team with the last stone that are peeling the centre guards off. Good shot by Justin Marshall though. Opens up the centre as they wanted to do. I'm just not sure that was the right ploy at all. Norway calling for the split. I just don't know why they're so reluctant to come around the corner guard. They could just draw around those 2 red stones. So a slightly more difficult shot, the split here. Probably looking for the same weight as that previous shot just played by Siversen. And this is looking pretty good. Chips it over. And Norway line 3 here. There's that tape up the back of the neck.
Hit, roll behind.
That kind of that physio kinesthetic tape.
This one.
Just holding everything in place.
Could roll either way, we'll be all right.
We're going for the one on the right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Takeouts required here from the USA. Line 3 against. They don't have the last stone. They won't be comfortable with all this yellow granite in there.
Good job.
I'm still wide open.
Very good.
Get a time on that one.
9-5.
9-5.
At the moment, it's looking like a straightforward score for Norway. No centre guards after USA removed them all. Again, a good takeout. They do just lose the back one, so that might prevent Norway from getting that multiple score. They just pinched that back one off the centre, off the back line, and now Steve Empt has a chance to, sorry, Kirk Black has a chance to remove both of these yellows. I don't think there's space between them, so you can just really throw at the space. Gets one. Has he got the second one? It's trying. It's trying. Oh, so close. Doesn't quite get there though.
That was that.
Justine Stordal with another chance to get another second one in there. Just removing the USA stone at the front of the house. Well, doesn't stick around, and that could be opportunity lost here for Norway. They look good for scoring 2, maybe even 3. But too much weight on that stone from Justine Stordal. Hits and runs. Steve Empt now can play a takeout on the wing.
You? Which way you like?
So way out on the side of the sheet, Kirk Black having to lean over to see exactly where the thrower has laid it. Just 45% on this anti-clockwise rotation so far. Well, he thinks it's inside. Has he got any of it? It's past the guards. Oh, he's missed by a long way. That's a really big mistake from Steve Empt. Well, somehow Norway still have a chance to put 2 on the boards here before the halftime break. It's a really uncharacteristic miss there by Steve Empt. Well, they've got the full width of the house to split the rings here. Just anywhere over to the far side. Oh, has it got the pace to get down there? It looks pretty close. Really nicely done by the Norwegian skip. Should just rear up in time. Line 2. And Steve Empt must be kicking himself. Missed an open takeout, can you believe?
Good line.
Well, only 25% for 2 takeouts. Steve Empt both missing on the inside on this anti-clockwise rotation. He's chosen to play the other one this time. Hit the shot. He's made a good roll here back towards the centre. Still in shot position too.
Thank you, sir.
Åter. Hæ? Se på isen, så er det i hvert fall det.
Well, Justine Stordal there had a takeout down this line earlier in the end. Overthrew it and ran straight, too much weight, and rolled out. Will Rune Lorentzen learn from his teammate's mistake? 58% for 3 takeouts so far. Just to give it a little bit of a speed injection. I think he's got a nice line at the moment. It's a lot of weight though, and they'll need to be very accurate to stick around. Oh, fabulous shot. Well done by Rune Lorentzen. The first multiple score of the game here comes in end number 4. Draw 15 here on day 6, the last day of the round robin, and Norway will go in at the halftime break with the narrowest of leads. That steal of 1 coming in the 3rd end for the USA, but Norway bouncing back in the right way. It's Norway 3, United States of America 2.
Seeing be aggressive. On that end, the opportunity for steal was all set for you.
Say it again.
Okay, on that end, the steal was all set for you. Generally, take instead of...
Vi har byttet oss opp litt grann efter han sånn, og spesielt.
to learn it. But the exchange is you get that freaking steal. And you counted them down at least one. So other than that, you guys are playing well. I tell you, your percentages are looking absolutely good. Your shot making is good. The game you're calling looks absolutely fantastic. Norway, they're coming. The world champions are the reason they're the world champion. Look at the scoreboard. You're right there with them. Okay?
Do you think our first stones, I mean, their lead, she's all over the draw. She's on it today. Instead of putting up guards coming into the house.
It's working.
A few GB support staff in this morning for session 15. The stats for Norway pretty even between the two teams, really. There's an opportunity though, if players can move their performances from good to great, then there's a chance for their team to really crack this game open. It's been pretty cagey stuff in the first 4 ends.
Ja, vill vi? Ja. Vi vill. Kom igen då. Kör vi drömmen? Ja.
What this is going to come down to now is another deuce or steal. Okay, that's what this game was. 1-1-1-1-1-1. They got their deuces.
That's Coach Peter Dahlman there for Norway. Trying to motivate his team to go on, get the W on the board here and increase their chances of squeezing into the semi-finals. It looks pretty much like the first 3 spots are locked up between China, Korea and Canada, with a 2-win lead over the 4th position teams. USA playing exactly the same amount of draws and takeouts.
That was Steve Empt.
Now the USA coach was speaking to his team and he's relatively happy with their performance levels so far, but I think, like me, he was a bit perplexed by the shots that were called in the 4th end there, and he said that with all those stones in the centre line, we had a great chance to steal. Why did we remove all of them and open things up? And ultimately that led to a steal of 2 for Lawrenson and Norway. So it's maybe just a bit of a tactical issue. But it really is too close to call. Not much space between the sheets here, all 4 in use in session 15. GB Norway, GB Korea even next door. Important to take plenty of fluids on board. Oh, she doesn't throw it with her chin, she puts her hands on it. Cecil Lochin, 50% for the game. Seems like she's got her weight spot on. She's made a couple of great draws in this game. Well, this is a must-win game for Norway. They want to keep their qualification hopes in their own hands. And all 4 of the games here in session 15, all very relevant in the race for the playoffs. 3 or 4 teams really fighting it out for that last spot in the semi-finals. It looks very much like Korea and Canada will take the 2nd and 3rd spots. China already qualified on 8 wins and 1 loss. But this, the last of 3 sessions here on day 6.
Very nice, Penny.
And anything can still happen. Good corner guard here from Penny Greeley. USA hoping to play spoiler here in session 15. And they're certainly capable of it. The performance levels have been good over the last few days. Well, good setup once again by the Norwegian lead. Both those stones splitting the centre line. Perfectly in line. USA are going to ignore them and go around the corner guard. They were encouraged by their coach to be a bit more aggressive. He acknowledged that the Norwegians are the world champions and there's a reason for that, but not to give them too much respect.
Good weight.
Nice stone there by Greeley.
Plukka den vel. 8 på linja.
8 blank da.
8 blank.
Severson, the man of the match so far, 69%.
Ola.
Next appeal and manages to steer stone past that stone to the back of the button as well. So Norway in good shape here, and USA will need to try and open this up a little bit. You would think they could try and chip the guard and roll in behind their own corner guard, or they could play a draw right around the centre. They won't like to leave that yellow stone in there on its own for too long behind the centre. Trying the draw around the guard again with this one.
12 and a half, 13.
12 and a half. 12-5.
Justin Marshall equal to the good performance of Severson.
Come on, help wait. It's good. Very nice, Justin.
Great shot.
This looks really good, curling off that tram line. Really good shot. The ice conditions are a little bit straighter coming off the centre than we see coming from the outside into the middle, but manages to find his way perfectly behind that red guard.
9-5.
9-5.
9-5, ja.
Now this is a tricky shot here for Severson. He's found a good line. Is it enough to remove it? It is. Great shot by Severson. Didn't even trouble the guard. Did enough to get it out there. USA will do well to make that draw as good as they did with Justin Marshall's first stone.
Good line.
Whoa. Settle.
Does Justin Marshall think he's put a little bit extra speed on this one? It looks pretty good at the moment. He's got a very similar line. Needs to get down there actually.
Yeah, 13-8.
13-8.
Well, I gotta give him my time.
Wow.
I had 13-8.
A little bit shorter actually than his first effort.
Du kan garde opp en ny gard. Enten dit, eller legge en ny en.
Ja, vi lägger en ny.
Legg en ny en dit, så har vi.
So what do you do if you're here as Norway? You could come around the centre stone and get another one in there. You could throw another guard.
Ja, 4-5 är
Ja.
Justin Sturdal not been at his brilliant best so far today. A very strong player though, and maybe he'll start to up his game as we get into the second half. Just the guard being thrown here. So good double center guard on this one, and USA won't like this one a little bit. They're being punished at the moment for not taking the opportunity to move that tight center guard.
Give me a touch less.
Makes the peel, opens up that stone closest to the house, but
8-7.
the difficulty USA have is that Norway are just going to keep throwing that long center guard now. USA really will just be hoping that they don't continue to make that guard perfectly up that center line, so they can actually get a chance to move that one closer to the house. They should have done it earlier in the end. Maybe they just picked a bad spot to follow their coach's advice to be more aggressive. Could have been a bit more crafty as well with some of the stones earlier in the end to open up the middle while bringing in the corner guard to play. Well, this guard doesn't look quite as good from Justin Stordal, and he's actually plonked it right alongside. So a chance here for USA to really open up the center of play. They can peel both of these yellow stones.
Peel this here. I think you get the 2 for 1 there.
Yeah, hit it right there, you get them both.
Well, 2 for the price of 1 here. That's the shout for Kirk Black. He'll try and hit that first yellow stone in the left-hand side, drive it onto the second yellow, spin them both from play, and open up that stone at the back of the button. Gives it the old hee-ho, and it's looking a little bit wide at the moment here from Kirk Black. We've seen when he tends to put the heat on, then he can really throw that delivery stick up in the air and can just chuck it offline. Only gets the 1, but opens it up. Just needed to hit a bit closer to the nose with that one.
Ligger på den siden av streken, eller? Bite streken.
Det var jo oppgave å gade. Han etterlyste her en annen dag, så nå har vi gjort det.
Jeg ga det, Kai.
Du etterlyste å gade en annen dag, så nå får du det her.
Ja.
He doesn't seem particularly happy at the moment with that stone. Rune Lorentzen maybe just needs another wipe on the bottom. And Big Severson just lifts it off the ice. That's not advised either. Don't know why they don't just ask the volunteers to give it another wipe. We saw, I can't remember which team it was, that they were just flipping the stones over in the middle of the ice and giving them a clean. Might have been China. Much safer just to ask a volunteer to do it. You don't want them to have any debris under the running surface of the stone that can redirect it and throw it offline. But maybe that extra bit of time was worthwhile, as that's a great guard from Rune Lorentzen. Plugs the hole.
This one first.
Same one center line. Okay.
And again, Steve Emp going to try and open things up.
Peel.
Thank you.
Yep.
Peel weight.
Taking a lot of ice here, the USA. They want to hit that yellow stone in the center line first, roll over and try and flick the other yellow, and make them both disappear.
Hey.
Obviously expecting it to curl a lot. We've heard Steve Empt complain in other games that the stone's not curling enough up the center, but let's see how this one works out. He's been a little bit inside with some of his throws today. Well, he has launched this one and he's launched it way inside.
9-3.
Hits the wrong side of the guard and actually leaves the red quite close to the center line. Steve Empt not looking as assured as he did on day 5.
Samme sten en gang til.
Du sa liten overlapp på gul og egen gul.
Nei.
No, this has been a great end for Norway. They've not really been under any pressure. They've had that great first stone at the end in there from Cecil Loken. And they've just really had to protect it for the rest of the end. USA have never really managed to get anything going. Just anywhere around the center line. It'll be really difficult for USA to score here.
Samme oppgave. Du har blitt
Kirk Black sitting behind the house there, trying to work out if they make this guard, how on earth are we going to score? What's our easiest shot to score? Well, involve some sort of a raise on the tight red USA stone. But anyway, still needs to be made, this one from Rune Lorentzen. Doesn't want to give her his delivery stick this time. There's been some discussion about the cues and whether some give more of an advantage than others, but Rune Lorentzen's been quite clear that he's a traditionalist and he likes these extender cues. I think he's done enough there. Just slides off his own yellow.
Think you run this back.
Yep. We got to come this way, though.
So Kirk Black even. Just looking at the angles, they are going to have to raise that red onto the yellow. And you'll need to hit Steve Empt, probably hit about 3/4.
If you go wide, then you might push one of these in. I like this way, but if you want to cut, if you feel better this way, I'll do this way.
Out.
You think this way, right?
Yes.
I think we got to come this way, yeah.
Okay.
And those guards are too high up.
Okay.
I think Steve Empt's absolutely right.
Right here.
This
Cross it over just a little bit.
quite difficult on the
Same weight you just
anti-clockwise
threw.
handle, so he's going to try and come across the face here to give himself a better chance. Only 56% for his takeouts
You're throwing 12?
today. We've seen a few errant ones, and this is definitely the hardest one he's faced today. Steve Empt with the final stone here in N5. It's a tricky one. They don't want to fall 2 shots behind here, but it's a very difficult shot. This one looks like it's curling too much. And just feathers it.
1 yellow.
Very good end from Norway. And I think they can thank Cecil Loken there in the background for those 2 excellent lead stones that set up that steal. Norway just had to guard the whole end pretty much. Big steal of 1 in the 5th end for the Norwegians. USA falling 2 behind after 5 ends. So we are getting to a stage that the stats actually make some sense. Both the teams pretty equal in every department other than the scoreboard. Norway with a 2-shot lead now. USA have the hammer in the 6th end. They'll be looking to bounce back with a score of 2. It was great setup play in the 5th end. Well, Cecil Loken will be looking for more of the same. 2 great shots in the 5th. And they can single-handedly thank her for that steal of 1. A couple of good ends in a row for Norway, and USA need to be careful not to lose touch with the Norwegians. USA are trying to make something happen, but they're just not stringing enough shots together at the moment. Steve Empt not quite got his eye in like he did in session 13. Of course, USA didn't play in session 14.
Set.
13-3.
Well, that was just going to rear up in time. Very relieved to see it stop in front of the house.
Stemmer det. 2-5.
2-5.
Okay, this will be another draw round here. Cecil Loken just needs to put 6 feet away on this one. Both of these countries just with 2 more games to play, as we see another fabulous draw from Cecil Loken.
You have
Really
to
putting a lot of pressure on USA right from the start of the end. I mean, that's been the difference.
That's a 10? Is that a 10 on the shoulder or normal?
Ask.
Is that normal?
11.
11.
So 11 seconds between the hog lines being asked of Penny Greeley. Trying to remove that stone just played by Loken. We've seen her violate the free guard zone already in this game.
Stay out there.
Stay out there.
Stay out there.
Needs to get by the guard. Oh, she's done it again. That's twice in one game.
Don't hit the board.
Just touches the boards. And that yellow stone will go back.
I don't know where this was at. Right here.
Nobody really knew exactly
Is
where that was.
at?
I'm sure Rooney Lawrence will have his say. It's kind of up to him. Okay, so that's replaced. The USA stone is removed. That stone couldn't be removed from play because it's outside of the house. It's a lead stone, which is the free guard zone. However, now we're moving into second stones, and the free guard zone is now no longer in effect. USA just with Slovakia still to play in this final day of the round robin. Norway, on the other hand, they still have to play Switzerland. No, they actually still have to play Slovakia as well, sorry. Still looking like tiebreakers are a real possibility here in this round robin. For that not to be the case, we would have to have a clear 4th placed team gap between 4th and 5th position in the round robin, and at the moment 3 teams on 4th: Great Britain, Norway and Switzerland.
If we get
Again,
the top,
USA
that's
are doing a good job of keeping the play in the centre when they don't have the last stone.
Last.
Justin Marshall's had a great game, making loads
Very nice,
of
Justin.
accurate peels. And there's another one, maybe even spins one into the house. Oh, that's pretty close. Is it in? Kirk Black going for a closer look. Looks away in disgust. Obviously just out of the house. Well, you would have thought with the Norwegian men's team having those crazy, colourful, loud trousers. I mean, the Norwegian wheelchair team kind of replicating that with these light blue numbers, but you would have thought they'd be able to put some sort of crazy pattern on the rims, on the wheels of the chairs, like the USA have their own customised rims on there. I've seen Germany out there with some really nice covers on them. Norway, you'd have thought it would be a shoe-in for something colourful.
Got it, Justin.
Same weight, 13.
You got this. Come on, bud.
Same again here for Justin Marshall. Trying to launch one down here. All comes from the shoulder for the American second. All that power. Starts in a very forward position. Very accurate. Can he flick it this time? Oh, so close. It just needs the faintest of touches to get it up there into a second shot position. And that would really change the end too if they could get that one in there.
Almost missed that one to spin that one on.
They're getting closer.
Inch more curl.
Well, I think I'm starting to see a pattern here in that Cecil Lawkins just doing a stellar job at lead of setting up the Norwegians, and then all the rest of the team have to do is just guard for their lives. So USA having to open it up, and it's really on Penny Greeley to make something different happen. She needs to make a couple of shots to start the end. At the moment she's only making really 1 out of 2, so it's the rest of the team that are having to try and tidy up with some great shots. Kirk Black with the peel this time. Well, it doesn't even make it, hits it on the nose. And this could start to get very complicated for the USA to be able to score. It's always the way, isn't it? You change the team because one player has been struggling and they start to perform, and then somebody else goes off the boil. Kirk Black played much better despite that miss. But it's been Steve Empt with a few misses, and Penny Greeley with a couple of shots that have been out of sorts as well. Justine Stordal this time trying to come around. Oh, it's a poor shot from the Norwegian third. I thought they would have come down the clockwise side to block up the centre if they come up short.
Going this way and hitting that.
Choosing to come around the outside and doesn't get it quite right.
The one behind it, yellow. Shot rock.
Going through here?
Sorry, before you move back.
You got all of it?
Well, Kurt Black starting to feel confident. He thinks he can steer one between those two yellow guards and down onto the shot stone. Tough shot here.
Yeah, it's curling up on this side, Kirk.
So
I think, yep.
that toothpick in his mouth, taking a battering in there, chomping away on it. Well, badly needs to make a shot here to give Norway something to chomp on. At the moment, it's a little bit too easy for the Norwegians.
Good.
So how's it looking?
Kirk.
Oh, he's found his way through. Oh, what a shot from Kurt Black.
Awesome.
His takeout game has been really good today. He's made some great hit and rolls. And that's another one there. Threads it through the smallest of ports. And sticks on the wing too. Really good play by the American skip.
Thank you.
Good shot, brother.
Thank you.
So finally something changes here. Something gives in this end. Norway going to play the takeout here out on the wing. Just skip stones to come here in N6. Not taking a huge amount of ice, so you can expect a big weight here from Rune Lorentzen. There's that extender attachment on the cue, the traditional approach really. The 2017 world champion said it wasn't a lot of ice, and what's he done here? Has he poked another one into the house?
Oh.
No, that redstone just doesn't want to go in today.
You can draw behind this. Come this way, come over here.
Come this way with it.
Well now, after that
either way
great
is
shot
okay,
by
but I
Kurt
think
Black,
this
followed
way
up
is
by a
easier.
mistake from
Okay.
Lorentzen,
I like that.
Draw out of the button,
now
boys.
USA can
You got this.
draw one into lie 2. And their patience has been rewarded.
Turn draw. $12-5.
12-5.
Should be 12-5.
Oh, they're going to try and draw one down the right-hand side on the anti-clockwise rotation. Down somewhere into that white circle would be perfect, hidden behind those two guards. Closest to the centre line.
Easy, 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 easy.
Weight's fine, weight's fine.
Easy.
Well, he thinks it's heavy. Doesn't look too far away, but they will want it in front of the tee line.
It's good.
Run high now.
It's good, it's good, it's good, it's good. It's good.
Great draw here by
Nice
Steve
shot.
Empt.
12-3.
USA lying 2 now, and just 1 to come for
1-9.
Norway.
Very nice,
Now,
Steve.
how frisky do Norway feel here? They could try and make a freeze on that back stone, or they just hit the wide one to give up 2. Looks like they're going to go for the more defensive call and hit the wide one.
Nu får han ut.
Taking the same ice again here. He must think he was a little bit inside the last time. Really need to make sure that they get that red away. pretty even across his draws and takeouts. This one's going to be a takeout for sure. So keep wider out this time. Lots and lots of speed here from Lawrenson. Just hits and runs. So it will just be paint for 2 for Steve Empt to try and tie this game up for the USA. I think they'll just play the same draw again. They know the line, they know the speed, they've just played it. And that's what they are going to do. So just same draw down the right hand side there, hurl it back into the middle. And there will be a score of 2. And an end that looked very good for Norway. They didn't quite get their stone positioning right on the guards. And Kirk Black with that amazing takeout between the guards really turned this end on its head. And this looks pretty good. Certainly not light anyway.
What? Yep, you're good, you're good. You're good, you're good. Sit, 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 sit. Sit.
Do the touch.
Let's go,
US.
US.
Let's up in time. Really good from USA. Backhand. Great shot by Kirk Black there as he came through that port and removed the shot stone. Set up the score of 2. And it's a tied game now after 6 ends. Just 2 ends to come. Still anyone's game here. USA's stats creeping up after a good 6th end. Narrowly outplaying Norway in both the draw and the takeout department. So back to where we started after 6 ends, tied game. Norway needing this win more than the USA, but they're a very proud bunch, these Americans. They want to chalk up as many wins as possible, even if it's at the expense of teams making the semi-final.
Check up. Check up.
Very nice, Penny. Great stone.
Well, I'm amazed that USA have gone into the house. We saw them do the same thing. Was it on day 5 or day 4? I'm not sure. Maybe against Canada. And they were punished for it then. They actually got away with it in the moment, in that the opposition only scored 1. But an acceptable outcome for this end is for Norway to blank or score 2 for them, whereas for the USA they really want a score of 1 either way, and for me they really need to revisit their strategy here. They should be using the free guard zone and try to make sure the stone's in play and not just rely on misses from Norway, which is what they're going to do. Will this one get out of the house? Maybe. Who knows? I'm flabbergasted that the American team are doing this again after the other day. I would have thought that the coaching staff would be all over this one like a rash. This is really basic strategy, really, and this is the difference maybe between the good teams and the great teams, is being able to manage the scoreboard when you get right down to the business end of the game. USA still have something to learn here about this 7th end. So Norway don't really know what to do here. They're kind of like, we're in such a great position right now. They obviously think the USA stone's out of the house, or they wouldn't be throwing a draw right now. So Cecil Loken just to draw into the house. No points for being short. And that's a good draw by the Norwegian lead.
Like the assets.
She's on fire. She's on fire. On fire.
She's on fire. Brynja Lorentzen saying to Steve Hemp to the back.
A little less. Thank you.
Got it, Justin. Come on now, kid. Here we go.
So Justin Marshall with the takeout.
Cross.
No. Nice shot.
Here you go. Good job, Justin. 8-5.
Good shot.
One day, when I grow up, I want to be just like Justin.
Just like Justin Marshall.
That's just as good as my job. I mean, like, if I would have done
So Norway just running the end through as expected. They know that they are happy to blank here in 7. So will likely just come down to that final stone of the end. And get rid of both reds. Something less to worry about. Well, this is the way the 7th end's going to go. Unfortunately, it's just going to be a case of trading takeouts. Not the most exciting to watch, but kind of just a bit of a building end towards the 8th end, which looks like it's going to be a tied or one-shot game. That one just rolls out of the rings.
Nicely done. Gotcha, bro. Take a hike.
I'm gone.
Take this roll.
Now, every single end, you need to know exactly what you want to achieve from the end. It's a prerequisite. It's a guide, a key for every tactical decision that's made throughout the whole end. You need to know what you want to achieve. USA should know that they want a score of 1 either way. They either want to steal or they want to force Norway to score 1. Now Norway, on the other hand, are happy to blank the end or score 2. So the way this end's panning out is exactly the way Norway would have wanted, not USA, if USA knew what they wanted to achieve from this end. No risk, nothing in play, nothing that would suggest there's going to be a steal here. It's just not good strategy here from the USA at all. And you know, if they do watch this back one day and listen to me, then I hope that they'll take this on board, and this could well move them to the next level from a strategic perspective and help them win a few more percentage of the games.
Beauty. Very nice.
Very nice.
9-6. Great weight.
Thank you.
Well, the nose of that stone just at the top of the house, so Norway will have to roll if they want to get one into the rings here. Or they could just play the peel. maybe safer. Now this is kind of what happened. Maybe this is what USA do, is that they just expect their opposition to miss
I am.
at some point, and they've got one here from Stordal. Not even close. No handle on that shot.
Split the house?
Let's go around.
You don't have to split the house.
12-5.
Yeah,
I
I know,
understand,
but
but then it helps force them to one.
we don't want to give them a double either.
We're
good.
have it. They're still just going to be sitting around.
I think Kurt Black has the right idea on splitting the house. That would be their best way to force one. Heard him say it there. He obviously does know that he wants Norway just to score one here, so we just need to start thinking about it at the start of the end and not halfway through. Amazing that they've got this open takeout miss though.
Come on. Come on. Come on.
And this looks shy. Comes up as a guard. Kind of protects that red stone. I don't think it's covered any of that red stone, so Norway could try and make a takeout and roll inside. Justine Stordal coming on the other handle this time. Needs to get more rotation than he's been getting.
About.
Well, does enough to get it out of there. Good fielding there by Lawrenson, not to allow the yellow stone to hit the red that's in play. So this is more like the situation that USA should have been looking for from the start of the end. They've got a guard that can draw around. If they can get one down onto the tee line here, maybe they can steal.
Let's go, Steve. You got this. 12-5.
It's kind of frustrating for me from a learning perspective that Norway missed that takeout. Kind of hope that when these strategic mistakes are made, that the other team will play the perfect end and it'll pan out as we would expect it to. But Justine Stordal missed that takeout, and that really presented this opportunity to USA. Doesn't like it. Inside again here from Steve Emp.
It's got good weight.
12-8.
It was 12-5.
What was the time?
12-5. It was good weight.
12-5?
Yep. It was good weight.
I was thinking too, I should have reset.
Possibly could be for deep.
So now Norway forced to draw in. They're going to try and score two now in this end. A couple of guards out there, they couldn't just play a takeout.
Ja. Der, da. 2-5-3.
2-5.
Ja. 2-5.
Jeg ber at han
So a big stone here for Rune Lawrenson, 2017 World Champion skip. Looking to make it a perfect 12 months with a Paralympic gold medal as well this week, but they started badly in the round robin, losing the first 3 games. They've won 5 of their next 6 to get into contention. This one's just not got the speed, comes up short. And now USA with the chance to draw in. If they can get hidden here, then it's going to be a good result for them in this end.
3-6.
3-6.
You like this?
Yep.
Well, Steve Emp's probably played 3 draws in a row at least, and his weight's been pretty good for all of them, so you'd expect him to get close for this one. It's been more of a line issue than a weight issue, if he has missed one like his last stone. Looking a little bit inside at the moment, needs to get past the guards.
13-6.
Great line, great broom. My bad.
Well, I think that just sums up this end. It's just been a poor end in every way from both teams really, but it's Norway who've got the outcome that they were looking for. Just going to throw this one away to blank.
Golden.
Probably top 12.
I think USA will have to go back to the drawing board on that one. So Rune's just going to fling this one away. Not even trying to get it in the house, and by not scoring in this end, Norway will carry the last stone advantage into the 8th end. And of course the 8th end is the final end. So in theory, Norway should have a shot to win the game. That's the thinking. They'll back themselves to make that final shot. And a very welcome blank end for Norway. The first one of the game. And after 7 ends, it's all tied. Norway with last stone coming home. All games still out there in session 15. A lot of tight games here. Our game of focus on sheet C, the 3rd one over from the left, Norway and USA, and Penny Greeley here ready to get this final end underway for the USA. They're going to have to steal here if they want to win this one. But they are up against the world champions, Norway. Penny Greeley gets the first stone of the 8th end off and running, looking for a centre guard.
Stone, Penny.
And she gets it. Good start from the Norwegians. Probably what they should have done in the 7th end.
What's that?
4. Nei, den garden.
Cecil Lochen, she has been the man of the match, really, the woman of the match, the person of the match. She's just had her draw weight in her back pocket throughout. This one looking pretty good too. Well, she just knows where the house is. Perfect stone again from Cecil Lochen. What a game. What a player.
I got half of that.
Got all of it, I think, Kirk.
Huh?
Got all of it. If we take our guard, we kill our guard. I mean, we can move it out. I think we can get to it.
How much of that do you have?
Don't want to hit it. I don't think you want to hit it.
I got half of it.
You hit it, then they're peeling the center guard.
Okay. No, let's go here.
Well, Justin Marshall's got a great point here. If they go for this takeout and they hit and roll out, then Norway peel the centre guard. Well, they won't be able to with the next one, but very soon they will. Penny Greeley already violated the free guard zone twice in this game. She peels her own stone this time. And that is going to make life so easy for Norway. It's a poor shot from America. Well, I think Stordal was wanting to call a guard there, which would have been absolutely bonkers, and I think everybody's mocking him a little bit for that call. What are they doing? Are they throwing a guard? Oh, I've given up trying to work out what's going on. Let's just see what happens. Whatever they've called, you know that Cecil Lochin's going to make it. She's made everything today. Wow. Perfectly in line. Throws the guard.
12-7.
12?
12-7.
12-7.
That was hers.
So this time, USA doing what they probably should have done with their first one and going for the freeze. Trying to draw one around everything.
Come on. Come on. 12-9.
Kristen Marshall over curls, but opens up that shot stone. Well, timeout called. You would think that the coach will come out and tell them to peel the guard. But who knows? Anything can happen.
Safest er å ta garden. Ha det åpent I midten.
Hold åpent I midten.
Ja.
Ikke, men ikke legge opp masse garder. Ikke legge opp masse garder.
Nei, vi slår vekk den røde midten.
Ikke ned på den bare.
Nei, vi går fra utsiden og så slår den ut her.
Eller legge inn den her. Men åpent I midten.
Ja.
Så du klar å dra på siste.
Vi har jo muligheten også å dra ned og dra oss og splitten. Dra en litt tung dragning og så splitten.
Ja.
Og så fjerne garden etterpå.
Jeg synes du tar garden nå. Du slår den på den, så blir det slagspill. Vi trenger bare én å vinne kampen. Du må ha det åpent.
Du må ha det åpent?
Ja.
Greit. Har vi den?
Ja. Kjøre out den, og så treffe der.
Det kommer dragningar inn bakom det sen.
Jo,
på den sidan. Så.
Men vi må...
Det är ju stängt för de dragningarna där nu, I och för sig. Det kommer dragningar in där bakom sen.
Men jag klarar inte att dra dit nu.
Nej, de gör det sen när vi fjärnar garden.
Ja. Då vill vi fjärna den etterpå då.
Hooray, I got one right. I made the right call, everyone. They're going to do what I thought they were going to do. They're going to peel the guard.
Ja, da sier han at da drar de bare inn bak den andre.
So it seems a bit bonkers when they threw a centre guard before, but perhaps the coach has come out and talked some sense into them here and explained to them that they want to keep things wide open here so they can just plonk one down in there on the button to win the game. Still needs to be made though. Severson trying to make the peel, hits on the nose and leaves it. Happens a lot that, a miss after a timeout.
12-7.
What weight do you want?
5-6.
Okay.
time, that was a 12-7 stone right there, that yellow one.
This yellow was 12-7?
That was 12-7.
About 12-5.
So 12.5 seconds here for Justin Marshall. That's the speed of the draw that he's looking for. The amount of time it takes to pass in this white area between the two red hog lines. The second one of them coming up now. Looking a bit speedy at the moment.
It's 12 seconds stone.
And it's going to rumble that Yellowstone
There
at
you
the top
go,
of the
very nice.
forefoot. So good shot there by Justin Marshall.
Nice stone, Justin.
Peel again here for Sivertsen. This looks like a better line. Has he got it off? He has removed it and opens up the centre play. Good shot there by the Norwegian second player.
Hang a flop. Even we knows it.
Yeah.
I like the nose.
USA starting to think that they'll need to be lying in shot position soon. They're going to try and remove that yellow stone that's in there in shot. One closest to Steve Empt.
Hit the stick. Yeah. You want to stay right there, right?
Yep.
Could play a tap on ours too.
Well, take out off the centre line here for Kirk Black, throwing his first of the third stones here in end 8. USA needing to steal to try and take this one away from Norway. Coming in here in a rich vein of form, 5 wins in the last 6 games.
Nice stone, Kirk.
And this is a good shot. Kirk Black's had a really good game.
Good shot.
Made some terrific takeouts when they're needed. Well, Norway doing the right thing here and trying to get rid of some red granite. Justine Stordal, it's been a bit of a mixed bag for him today. Maybe if he gets this one good, he can make both reds go. Looking pretty close. Gets one, moves the second, but USA still lying shot. The 8 foot opened up a little bit though.
Right here. 3-4.
Now something in front of the house required for the USA.
A little more broom.
Try and block the way in. %0 for 2 draws. Could do with making one here. Just somewhere in the front ring is what you'll be looking for. It's looking like it'll be a guard at the moment. Just somewhere
14 even.
on the center line.
Nice stone.
Shot, Kirk.
It's actually a good shot from Kirk Black.
Very nice, Kirk.
Good shot.
You got 2 minutes. You have 2 minutes.
No, there's an update on the time clocks from Kirk Black saying he's got 2 minutes for the last 2 stones, so we may well see Steve Empt just skedaddle to the other end here once Norway set this next stone on its way. Well, this is a huge call from Norway, choosing to play the draw here. I can tell you, in the Olympic format, I could almost guarantee that the guard would be peeled here. But Rune Lawrenson calling for the draw here. Justine Sturdal with a must make here in this 8th end. He's got a good line. Looking a little bit short of pace at the moment. Will it get down there? Needs to go. Needs to go. Just a fraction short. Just a stone short of being in shot position. And maybe USA starting to look like they can steal here in this 8th end.
No. They're not shot.
No,
we're shot. We're still shot?
Yeah.
Okay.
Kurt Black almost can't even take enough ice. He's leaning out that far. So just trying to play a guard out there to choke off the draw for Norway. Steve Empt making half of his draws. So just somewhere lingering around the front of the house or just short will be fine.
Right there.
Good shot by Steve Empt.
Sit.
Maybe could have done with that one being a bit tighter to the house, so Norway can play the draw around. We've actually got a couple of options for draws. They could come around that stone just played by Steve Empt, or they could try and navigate the port and draw away from the centre line down towards that red stone in the bottom left. Choosing to come around the one just played by Steve.
Sier du? 1-5-2. Ja. Nei, 2. Nei. Maks 2, tror jeg.
Yeah.
Yes, it is. It was a. Let me take a second. I got it.
Well, Rune Lawrenson only 46% for his 7 draws in the game. Needs a good one here if he wants to keep Norway alive. Looking good for speed. Looking very good for speed. Ooh, who's in shot? Is that done enough? Justine Sturdal seems to be confident. Looks close though. This one needed to be into the 8-foot circle, and it just kept going, and looks like they may have done enough there. Norway down into shot position. Now USA with just 1 stone to come. I feel like this has happened a lot in their games, and that they've come down to the end of the game with 1 stone to come and they've lost. They just need to work a little bit on their game management. Let's see what Rusty Schreiber has to say.
I think yellow shot. All right, that's what it looks like on the set. It looks like about a half to about 2/3. Okay, guys, you can get to this one and roll in, can't you?
I think so.
Get to this one here?
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, at least just let's just get it.
Yeah.
Take it out and they can draw again.
You betcha, you betcha. What you got is, with the full 8
Go after it and
there's
sit
not
right
a great
there.
quality stone in there yet.
Then we're okay.
With the way you're
Stone
going to
to
throw,
win the
you're not
game
going to.
isn't
You're going to roll to the outside.
So you bet. So let's work on that yellow one.
You don't think it'll
Yeah, you can move it out. We'd like to see whether we could roll in behind that top yellow and force them to draw the board. Give them that opportunity, but let's take that yellow one off.
Got it.
And let's just, first, number 1 is to make it go gone. Number 2, get a little bit of a roll.
12 or 13?
12.
Thank you.
12 or 13?
12. Make it go.
All right, here we go.
Well, I'm sure you heard everything that was said there, and
Nice shot.
the key here for USA is to just
Move
make
it out to your
Norway play a
18-inch
shot.
line.
Yep.
They've just played that draw, but it's going to be a big ask for Steve Empt to be able to hit that stone and roll into line 2. So he just really has to get it out of there first and foremost. Only 45 seconds left on the clock for the USA. Needs to get this stone away before that clock hits 0, or USA would lose. Don't think that's going to be a problem. So 45% and 5 takeouts for Steve Empt. Needs this one to be perfect though. He's tended to be a little bit inside on a lot of his shots. Justin Marshall shaking his head in the background. Is this one in the guard?
Punch that red in.
It's in the guard. This one's over. This one is over. A disappointing end once again to the game for USA. Just seems to be one shot in it every single time. With a little bit better game management, there's no doubt this team could have made the semi-finals. The Norwegians just checking over it.
Du setter bare en til, Rune. Sett ned mot den der, da. Du kan ikke gjøre noe feil.
So I don't really know why they're throwing this shot, because it does look quite clearly like it's Norway lying in shot position, but Rune Lorentzen probably just going to try and make sure. The key to this is just to make sure he doesn't take out his shot stone. So here we go, final stone of the 8th end. It looks like it's already over, but Rune Lorentzen just wanting to make sure. Just needs to tap it just a few inches. He'll err on the short side, that's for sure. Don't want to play some sort of takeout on it. He's definitely got plenty of running here. Needs to be careful here. Oh, he's wide. He actually played quite a nice weight there. I think USA will probably measure this one, but I think given that they've made Norway throw the last stone, it would be ridiculous not to measure it. Stone still sitting there. Does look like it's that yellow in the furthest right, top right quadrant there that is the game-winning shot. So just giving the umpire a little bit of air time.
It's going to be over either way.
Yes, that's true. It's true.
Thank you.
Good game.
Good game.
Yeah, really good game.
Good game, sir.
So they all shake hands. That's what we can hear going on in the background. The umpire just determining who's won the game. She's going to measure the Norwegian stone first, which we expect to be the second shot. And then the needle should pretty much assault that yellow stone. Just about broke the dial. And it is 6 wins in 7 games for Norway, still very much in the hunt for the playoffs. They get their 6th win
Hey, best of luck to you.
The event. We'll go to 6 wins and 4 losses, whereas USA dropped to 2 wins and 8 losses. Covered quite a few other games. You feel like they could be very much there, 6 or 7 wins themselves, but just not doing a good enough job of managing the ends at the tail end of the game to get themselves into a winning position. Big hugs for the reigning world champions, still very much alive here in the race for the playoffs, still in with a chance of getting a medal, and that's definitely worth a few hugs and waves. There we have it, confirmation that Norway have beaten the United States of America 5 shots to 4. And all of the play concluded here at the end of session 15. So it looks to me like Norway have moved out into outright 4th position. Here's the stats. Steve Emp just struggling today. 47%, way below his tournament average. Much stronger game from Kurt Black. Good front end play by Luchen and Severson. Stordal and Lawrenson making the right shots at the right times to put Norway's 6th win of this wheelchair curling event on the board, moving into outright 4th position and favourites for making the playoffs. 2 stolen points for Norway to USA's 1. Pretty even statistically overall though. Just Norway making a few more shots at the right times. Norway with Slovakia to play in their final round robin game. So there you have it, the conclusion of session 15 here on the final day of the round robin, day 6 here at the 2018 PyeongChang Paralympic Winter Games. Norway coming out on top with their 6th win of the week, their 6th win of 7 in a row, and they are into 4th position in the standings, favourites for the playoffs. USA fall to 2-8. Thanks for watching.